What's up, guys? Thrill Bill here. Thank you for tuning in to Amusement Addicts. I've got some breaking news for you today out of Kings Island, and it involves the racer, believe it or not. Um, so rewind to March and April. It was a rumor that Fred Grubb was seen at the park, and he was seen near the racer. Um, Fast forward to really the last couple of weeks, Don Helbig, Park PR, Kings Island PR, has been talking an awful lot about the racer across all of his social media platforms, including his personal Twitter account. Just talking about the nostalgia of the racer, the history of the racer. Now we all know he's loves the racer. He's got about 18,000 rides on the racer. He holds a record for that, and he is an absolute advocate for the racer at Kings Island. So we've seen a major upkick in him tweeting about the racer and about the history of it, and kind of about he doesn't want it to change. And then fast forward to today, Rob Decker was seen at Kings Island today, and he was seen near the racer, or he was seen by the racer. Now, Rob Decker's that guy that brings the blueprints to the park, and he's that guy that says, "Hey, hey, Cedar Point, you're getting a new roller coaster, and here's the blueprints, and here's what it's going to be." He's that guy. So he was. If there's any construction done at the park that involves a new ride or anything like that, Rob Decker's the man. He's the man that's there. He's got to oversee the project. He's the Cedar Fair guy. So there's been some rumors that Kings Island's going to put some topper track on the racer and a new light package. That's great. And honestly, Rob Decker would not need to be there. Excuse me, for a topper track and a light package. Rob Decker would not have to be involved in that project because you are not physically changing the ride. You are just putting topper track on. And then he definitely wouldn't be there for a light package. So that makes me wonder, is it something more than a light package? I think so. And a lot of rumors are now that we've seen Rob Decker at the park. And this is confirmed, by the way. He was actually at the park, and he was actually by the racer. Now people are talking about RMC Iron Horse and the racer. Man, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one because it's got so much history. That would be like Cedar Point Iron Horsing Blue Streak, and oh man. So in order to Iron Horse the racer, it would have to be taller. So they would obviously have to, and it would no longer make it a wooden roller coaster. If you Iron Horse the racer, then it becomes a steel roller coaster, which takes away Kings Island's title of having the most wooden roller coasters in their park. So I don't think that's happening. I don't think that they're going to change the racer layout to the point where it's going to be an Iron Horse. Now, the racer's rough, man. A lot of people said it was pretty smooth this season and last season. Honestly, it was not smooth this season. Last season, towards the end of the season, in the beginning of the season last season, it was pretty smooth compared to normal. But, guys, it's rough this year. If you're over 23 years old, the racer hurt you this year, and if it didn't, you just like rough wooden roller coasters. I personally don't, but so are they seeing that people are saying it's rough and they want to change it, they want to fix it? Here's what I think could happen. Rob Decker would need to be there if they were changing some of the hills or the turnaround in the toward the back of the ride. So everyone knows there's no airtime on the racer. The hills are drawn out. They're long hills, so there's no airtime. So could they put topper track on, reform these hills, to give you airtime. And then in the back of the right, the turnarounds, could they bank those? Because those are not banked. And I've always kind of wished they were banked. So Rob Decker would need to be there for something like that to reform those hills and put and bank the turnarounds. Now, don't get me wrong. The Racer's a very long, lengthwise roller coaster. I think it'd be a sick ass Iron Horse, man. I think it would make a sick ass Iron Horse. But the historian in me doesn't want that to happen. And honestly, I don't know if how much power Don Helbig has in Cedar Fair. But man, I just don't see him letting that happen. But with him tweeting about it and all, and then they ask, could we get Millennium Flyer trains or could we get new trains? I'd love to see new trains. I don't like the restraints on the Racer. It staples you. So if they're going to reform these hills for airtime, I don't want to be stapled. So I think maybe new trains probably, yeah. I was really hoping they would put new trains on Vortex before they did anything with Racer. But here's what I think is going to happen with the Racer. I think we're going to get topper track from RMC. Rob Decker's there, so there's something happening constructionally with the ride itself. So maybe some reformed hills and a banked turnaround is all I could see happening to this thing. And a light package. New trains. So new trains, possibly reforming hills for airtime, and banked turnarounds. That's all I could see really them doing at this moment. Now, if that changes, I'll bring it to you. If I look more in depth and I find something else that makes me think, man, this thing is getting RMC treatment big time. We're going to see a Twisted Colossus here. If I get anything like that, I will immediately bring it to you. I don't care where I'm at or what I'm doing. If I find out anything about that, I will bring it to you immediately, most likely live. But I will be at the park this weekend, and I will be over by the Racer. I'm going to look for markers. There haven't been any yet. And tell me what you think down in the comments, how you feel about this. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the queue line. Thrill Bill out.